Hi, this is Randy. I want to continue this discussion about narcissist self-defeating choices and survivors from a spiritual perspective. So I was saying that the narcissist comes from a constant state of lack instead of abundance. And everyone does that, but they don't do it on a consistent basis. They will hopefully sometimes take responsibility for their operating from a state of lack and attempt to start operating from a state of abundance by building upon what they do have, acknowledging that they have air to breathe, water to drink, a roof over their head, or whatever it may be, and building on their abundance through gratitude. And so what the narcissist does is they're always lacking, and they can't take the responsibility. So they turn to the closest person to blame for their not being satisfied and them experiencing lack. This feeling that they don't have everything that they want, and it must be your fault. So what healthy people do when they experience periods of lack or feeling that they're lacking, they change their perspective. And they say, why am I looking at this situation as something that I lack? What can I do to add to this situation or add to my experience in order to create a perspective of abundance and to actually get the energy moving to get what I desire based on my own merit, not based on manipulating someone else or stealing someone else's energy and then blaming them when it doesn't work out. The narcissists who end up going out for new supply, they create this feeling of lack of freedom and lack of sex, lack of adulation, lack of admiration, that they need to be getting more and more of it. And so they go out and find it from other sources and blame you for them having to do it. Because after all, you should have met all those needs, no matter how frequent they were and how strong they were. But of course, if you were focusing on yourself at all, you wouldn't be able to do that. What healthy people do is they see if they can work with their current relationship if they're feeling lack in it. They use communication. They say to themselves, hey, what can I do to make this relationship that I'm in fun and interesting? What can I add to it to obtain a desired response? What can I add to myself to feel out of this lack and stop blaming my partner and instead feel abundant? Because unless you're with a narcissist, it doesn't have anything to do with the narcissist. And even when you're with the narcissist, it doesn't have anything to do with the narcissist. It has to do with you not honoring yourself and not practicing self-love. Loving the narcissist more than you love yourself. Focusing on the narcissist's needs more than you're focusing on yourselves, because I guarantee once you implement self-love, if you're still with the narcissist, that's when they're going to discard you, because you loving yourself is not tolerable to them. And that's why they're so easily led into these other relationships. That's why they're so promiscuous, because they carry this sense of lack, and anyone can say anything to them. Actually, it doesn't even have to be coming from the outside. It could be part of their delusion and their imagination that they create in their head, that another person's actually capable of meeting all their needs, whereas the one that they're with is not. And of course that's a delusion. But at the drop of a hat, they can stop feeling lack and feel that all of their dreams have come true at the arrival of another random person. And when that happens, we are jolted out of our minds. We have so much history, we've put so much into this, we've given up ourselves, sacrificed ourselves, not loved ourselves, and loved the narcissist. And this is what they do. They can randomly find a new person of their dreams within 10 minutes with hardly any effort. And that's what they do, is because they're just coming from this delusional constant state of lack that they think someone else is going to fill, and it doesn't even matter who it is, as long as they believe that person's going to do it. That's all they need. So what ends up happening is we're breaking away from 3D, and it's this process. It starts with the narc in our family or in our relationship, and it goes to our friends and other people that were narcissistic, and then it goes to society and the media and the lies that we've been told, and pretty soon we're emptying out everything and we've got nothing left. But it's a strategy that we set up for ourselves, or that we're getting assistance in at this time, because we're emptying things out, making room for the new earth, the new way of being, where everything's going to be exposed, and narcissists are not going to be able to survive. They're going to have to either switch through some miraculous miracle, like the stars will be aligned and some kind of, act of God or whoever to get them to switch. I mean, basically it would take a miracle, right? It's not going to happen in a few sessions of therapy. It wouldn't happen in a lifetime of therapy. So either they're going to get some act of God through some conscious or unconscious choice that they make, that they actually want to love themselves. And if they don't, they're going to leave. They're going to leave this earth. They're going to disappear from our vision. That's why we're going no contact. It's just a practice. We're practicing no contact now because we're seriously going to be having no contact. They're either going to be gone, or they're going to be invisible, or they're going to be like, we're not going to be able to see them. And we're practicing this out of our own free will ahead of time to get used to it, and as a symbol of love. We're learning, and we are cutting ourselves off from the negativity that we no longer will allow to exist in our consciousness and in the collective consciousness for those of us who are choosing to go on this path. And what we're supposed to be doing is helping along right now, once we get strong, helping along those who are just waking up. They're starting to wake up to their narcissist in their life, more specifically in our case, the way I see it. They're starting to wake up to the narcissist in their life and starting to get some strength to do something about it and to go no contact. And this is where our YouTube channels and all the anti-narcissist community is providing a service, which is also part of our development to do. And it's like I talked about before, the second phase of our evolution is providing service. So self-love and service is what we're doing by creating these channels. Anyone who gets up enough strength, who has begun to see right at the beginning of the first thread that they've got a narcissistic relationship and are victim of abuse, and they need to change it. This is who we're supposed to be helping, and this is our field, this is our spot, this is our niche, this is our mission. And so Ollie Matthews is talking about it, Cluster B is talking about it, so many other people, Activism of Care, Narcissist Free. I found a new person that is awesome, and her name is Gigi Young. I would recommend, she's got a video about narcissists that is really, really cool, that explains what she thinks the narcissists are going through in terms of their soul development, or lack thereof. Ollie Matthews' new video, Hell Will Freeze Before the Narcissist Apologizes, is great. I just discovered Homunculus Mandrake. I thought that him putting his therapy session on YouTube was extremely brave and awesome. And I just want to thank everybody who's creating videos and writing blogs and books, all the authors, Sarita Nightshade, and sorry if I didn't mention you. I know there's just so many more that I subscribe to, but that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. So self-love, teach others, be the student, provide service, and get rid of all these other people. All these other people who tell us we're crazy, or that don't give a shit and don't understand, because there's nothing we can do for them, and we can't help them. And we certainly can't help the narcissist. The narcissist is on a completely different path, okay? They're not coming with us, or we're not going with them, however you want to look at it. So, hopefully I left you with a happy thought and maybe something new to think about. Have a good night.